Hello, you should be able to hear me now. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear anything. I'm not getting any output on my end in terms of audio. So let me know if you can hear music, or you can hear anything really. I don't know what's going on. I was using Premiere this week, and it just stopped outputting audio completely. So that was fun. Maybe no music though. I don't know what's happening. You should hear music. I can see it. Also, my dog is, I apologize, my dog is completely losing his mind. Maybe? No? No audio? What is happening? Oh, wait. Can you hear it now? Can you hear it now? Alright. Not gonna worry about it anymore. I'm Jack, UI UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur. Oh, you can hear the music very faintly. Let me boost it. Let's boost it up. I don't want to make it louder than me though, so maybe right around there. You hear a puppy? Yeah, you hear the puppy behind me who's not listening. He's very bad. Corey's saving him. Yeah, I don't have obviously my green screen up or anything. You know, here we are. There's Puppy. Al. Very fat dog. Hi. Anyways, I feel like, yes, it's Friday the 13th. It's the last Behance stream. Everything's going off the rails, which seems totally acceptable for today. So we're gonna be working on some album art for Yoann Turpin. I finally did get Yoann Turpin's music playing in the background. I wanted Happy Crisis. Merry Crisis! For those that know that meme. We were just talking about that in the Firefly Discord events. Anyways, this will be the last stream to Behance, probably, most likely. And because on Monday there will be no more community streams on Behance, so moving forward, we will all join from the YouTube or the Twitch. Music's a bit loud now. Oh gosh, I can't. Is there no pleasing you? I don't know why my audio's having a time. I'm gonna blame Premiere. Premiere was the agent of chaos this week. The 13th? I thought it was the 16th. No, I believe that's Mafu over on Twitch. Today is the 13th, so it's Friday the 13th, which is a superstitious day, and the 16th, so Monday, is when Behance live streaming will end. For community streams only, I should specify. Yeah, it's Mafu over there. I want to say hi to everybody before I get distracted, though. Oliver, Katarina, Jeff, yeah, it's nice to see you. Oliver, I said Oliver already. Arif, Clever, all the usuals are hanging out. Al, Alligator, my dog. Unicorn, we need chaotic music, yeah. Hi, Twitch. Hello, Oliver on Twitch. Community streams. Yeah. We're gonna switch to my computer so we can get to it. So this is what we got. This is where we left off. I actually have no idea where Al is. This is where we left off, and I'm still not like in love with these colors. We tried out. Let me pop open my. Let me pull out my layers panel since there's a lot going on here. So we tried out. I was playing with different color options because I'm still not. Alphonse, leave that Sam alone. I wish I knew where Corey was to help me out here.
There I am.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You got away from me.
Anyways, I really totally lost my train of thought now. That's cool. I wasn't happy with these colors. We tried out a bunch of different options. So let me just kind of backtrack and do a review. Maybe that will help me keep my thoughts in order here. So, let's go back to the original sketch from Yoann. I actually pulled it out at one point so I could have it side by side with my working art since we were working on this. But this was the notes from Yoann. It's going to be called Mystico. It's kind of a spiritual odyssey, almost like a film or inner adventure. yeah, I could just mute for a minute if you're gonna be doing stuff. And we've got some notes over here about stuff that I need to include, just kind of based off of the sketch. And then what I did for this was we just kind of blocked everything in. So I used just gray values and tried to find a font that kind of matched, just to temporarily see what this is going to look like before we get too far into it. So basically I wanted to block, I have a pretty good idea of the composition that Yoann wants based on the sketch here, and we're going to just kind of like bring that vision to life. So we've got the grayscale values, and I pulled some colors here, and then we experimented with some things, and we arrived at this point. So I can kind of do a brief, this is like some of the different variations that we explored. This was kind of the final here. But this is where I left off last week, which was with a gradient version. Also, hi Sean, welcome in, Sean, all the folks. Yes, Sean. Some people are joining over on YouTube and Twitch. I'm trying to keep an eye on all the chats. I will get better at this as time goes on. I pulled some additional color palettes. What I did up here is a little bit different than what I did initially. And this is an idea that I've been playing around with more and more. And this is a hypothesis here, but I think it's going to translate nicely to when we use recolor. I'm going to try it. I figured we could try it. So these are the two that I'm leaning towards trying. And I've made 2 copies here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the recolor, and we're going to use those, that bottom area to adjust the percentage of color. So the idea here is that these are, like how much of a specific color I want to use. So I want to use more of these kind of colors in the middle here. These are kind of like accent colors, and then the darks are kind of accent colors too. But there's a lot of dark in this image, so I wanted to have, an emphasis on the darker values. So it's just kind of an experiment that I wanted to try with the recolor. So I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna add these as swatch groups, just like that. This is the one that we're currently using. I'm actually going to delete these other ones since we're not actually using any of these, and just leave the ones that I'm working with. It's going to be easier for me to kind of sort out here as we go along. Welcome, Apurva. So, like I said, I have a copy here, so I'm going to grab this, and we're going to go to Edit, the colors, Recolor Art. And we're going to pick our swatch group. I'm going to navigate down to the first one here. And you see how this is actually already lining up to kind of how I want it. So this is letting me kind of pick colors based on these like percent sliders down here. And we can shuffle through down here. The primary color. I think we can set the primary color. I'm trying to remember how we do that. Here we go. Set as base color. So I want to set this blue as my base color. And I want more of it. Oh, it just totally changed my... Alright, let's go. Swatch group. 4. Shuffle. Right? Swatch group 4? No, hang on. Swatch group 5. Okay, I'm actually going to go into the advanced options, I think. And we want to add all colors. I think I actually might need another color in order for this to map properly, but this is kind of what I had in mind. Let's go here, and I want to map, I want to switch these. There we go. I mean, this is kind of basically what I already have. So maybe it's fine the way that it is. I'm gonna actually try assigning swatch group 5 or 6. Okay, there we go. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. I'm actually gonna assign my, how do I assign that color? Oh, yeah, I want you to be assigned to this. Yoann will be thrilled. How do I make colors auto change like that? I just dragged the order around in the assign, but I guess Jesse, what are you referring to specifically? The recolor, or where in this process did you have the question? So how I'm doing this, as just kind of a general walkthrough here, is I started with this art in grayscale. So I created this version here. I actually got rid of the black and just replaced it with like a darker gray since it's easier with the recolor. So I'm gonna grab my gray again just as a demo. And all I'm doing is I added my color swatches as swatch groups. So in the swatches panel down here, there's this little folder icon, and you can add these as swatch groups individually. So each of these folders is a swatch group that contains the colors that I created. And then I went to edit, edit colors, recolor artwork. And for some reason I put that panel behind what I wanted to look at, but we'll just move things out of the way. And then from the recolor artwork panel, I can go to color library and I can assign one of my swatch groups to this. And then once I've got it assigned, I can go over here, and what I was originally doing is changing the color order at random to filter through basically applying that color palette in different ways, just to get an idea of what those colors kind of look like all together. I actually don't mind that. Maybe we do purple and green for the text. Kind of like that idea. So I just flip through the sort at random. If you wanted to be more particular or specific about the way that your colors are applied, and this is what I was trying to do. You can see down here, it's got like these, the weight sliders adjust how much weight you're giving to each color. So I can kind of increase or decrease to add more weight to those particular colors to my artwork. For some reason it decided when I increased the weight there to change it to be monochromatic for some reason, but I'm still experimenting with the weight sliders because that's something that I think could be really helpful. But I haven't obviously perfected this process yet. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. So I can go down here and like I can adjust these weights like so. But I don't know why it's the base color. Let's make this should be our base color. You know, I don't know why it's see what's happening here? I don't know what's going on. I think the thing here is I'm still trying. We're all figuring this out together. It can be cool for experimenting, but sometimes maybe not totally accurate. So this is I like this. I like kind of like this color palette. I don't know versus this. There's not much of a difference. One's more, I guess, more purple and one's more blue. Thoughts, opinions? I was hoping that I would find some kind of revelation in changing these colors around that I didn't already kind of have. Purple is more emotional. I guess what's holding me up on this, where I'm kind of stuck and why I'm not like totally satisfied, is I've done so much purple art. It's starting to feel like a little much. You know what I mean? I just worry that it's gonna be that I'm doing too much. Let's try taking our original here. And let's try manually assigning these colors. So we're gonna start with our darker background. We're gonna apply our lighter color. Would it be helpful if this was more of a purple? We could even go more into the pinks. It's like right on the edge. Okay. And then we can do this lighter color. Do we like this at all, or am I just kind of wasting my time messing around with these? I don't know. If we could stick with the original color, I'm fine with that. Select same color. We're gonna change it to this. You don't mind the purple? Oh, well, now I've totally changed it because I also changed that color. That's okay. What do I do here? I made swatches. Mistakes are made. That's okay. I can always go back to it by just changing it to the B. So this is what we had before, and this is where I am. What I did. I guess I actually went more purple. This is more blue. Have I gone in the opposite direction? Alright, let's try... I'm gonna duplicate this color group just so I don't lose it. I'm gonna copy this. Go in here. Select same fill color. We're basically just gonna apply these again to this set so we can play with the colors a bit more. I'm just not like, I know you're probably thinking like, why bother? But I'm just not really, I'm not like totally satisfied with this. We're gonna duplicate this swatch and bring it into this color palette. I'm gonna get rid of this lighter blue. I'm gonna replace it with this color. And then we can start to... I'm also gonna replace this. Did you replace? Okay. Actually, no. I like that better the way it was. Maybe just increase the saturation. Make it a little bit darker. Okay. We'll try that. I'm gonna take this darker. Golden purple. I know, I feel like it's just, I don't want to get stuck in a rut of like purple and gold. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. Alright, well, let's see what this color palette looks like. Just kind of on its own. Let's do this and bring it down. Where are all of these? What about purple and mocha mousse? Oh, God. No. 100% no. No. And that's my final answer. It's fine. It's just a little boring to me. Personally. Hijack and all purple and aqua. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. I just don't. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess if we start to mix in more colors in the clouds, it will maybe work a little bit better. I definitely want to have more colors in the clouds. You know, maybe deeper aqua. The salmon inside of the O only. I do want to, I want to do something with these. This is eventually going to be like a sun and moon type of a thing. Let's try that. You think darker for the green? All right, let me try this idea here. We'll do this. And let's make this darker. Pull this up. Pull this down. Maybe add some rain, purple rain. Oh my God, Sean. Okay, well, I don't love that. That's a little much. I think we keep the purple, but maybe we add the little accent in that color. To 60. What was this? Let's bring this back up to like 75. Actually, maybe 100. I can't decide. I can't decide. I think this is at least making me happier. I'm gonna merge these. So why am I doing this? Why am I spending all this time on the color? Because I want to make sure that the color palette that I pick is going to have enough variation that I'm not just going to get stuck into like purple and gold land. So I'm trying to see how I could add color, even though this isn't, I don't think this is the style that I'm going to render the clouds. Where is my Pathfinder tool? Or my Pathfinder options? I want to just see it. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's just add an offset path effect, since I don't want to make two options here. Why? Why did you not apply? Offset path. Okay. Probably because I hit the wrong button. It's this green. This green is not working for me. Everything else is, but this color. Can you post a link for getting palettes from posted yesterday? Yeah, you can. I typically use Adobe Color. You know what? Let's try this green. Maybe we need to go. So we've got a lot going on here. We've got a mix of like, these are warmer colors, and the rest of the background is kind of cooler colors. I would say even this kind of pink red is, well, this is more of like a warmer red. What if we go some more blues? More blue color. That's like slightly green. A teal color? You're liking the dimension in the clouds? I figure there's going to be lots of different, the clouds are where I'm going to have the most color, kind of like coming from the background where they're going to be darker, and then coming to the foreground where like there's more light. That's my thought anyways. And then I figured whatever you're kind of like looking at, so here's my thought, and let me know what you think about this. We obviously need to have something kind of like in the background, but kind of like subtle, but like maybe you're looking like down at a surface. Does that make sense? I don't know. I haven't thought this through all the way, but. So the options are either like a bluish color or like we go really green, which I don't think is working. I do think it needs to be more. Be like the right blue. And let's actually. Gosh, I don't know. Or we go with this like purpley color. Maybe it is just a purpley color. All right, let's try that. I kind of like this color. Let's see. Let's go here. And just a little bit more blue. Okay. Actually, I think that works. I actually think I like that. I think I like that color combination. This is so far my favorite, I would say. can even do, paste this all the way in the back. Now we're starting to get more going on. I don't love these rays, but they're just there for the time being for me to sort this out. Let's go with let's change their color so they're less distracting. There it is. No, not that. Let's do... There needs to be something here. I should have done an offset path, but that's okay. Okay, this doesn't bother me. This should be our... I'm gonna change to a pink color. Our pink color. No, I don't like that. Purple. Purple. Where am I gonna use this pink color? We'll figure it out. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Alright, so I think this is going to be the color palette that we go with. So I'm just going to delete all these other ones, since I don't actually need them. I still like this color combination. I just can't seem to get it to work. It's frustrating. I guess it's very close. I just don't have any place for this like cyan color to live. You know? We can always add it. in, and maybe we use it. But we're gonna copy this, and then we're gonna make a new layer. That's sort of our template to follow. And then the other question was about using gradients. So I had started to play with that a little bit with one of these. I don't love, the reason I was on the fence about this is it makes it feel like the sun is coming up from here. So like we're looking at a straight on landscape, and I'm not sure that's what I want to do. Versus like a top down type of a thing. So that's why I've left that to be determined. I guess if we were looking down through the clouds, you'd have more of like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. It would be like a radial gradient. Oh, Sam. I don't really like that. Clever's over there letting the algorithm know that I've got a YouTube channel, so thank you for that. Would you add a bit of light to the lettering since you have some on the clouds? Yeah. The clouds. I think Corey was like the letters need to be gold because they need to have like a gold beveled look. So we're gonna figure that part out. Obviously, I'm leaving a lot to figure out here, which is probably not for the best. But I don't know if I wanted to make these. I'm not sure on a lot of things still. I'm not sure that I love this font. I'm not sure about the styling of the flat style versus like a gradient style. I also wanted to say hi to Ray and Carol. I didn't say hi to them. The diamond on the eye reminds me of a cat nose or snout. Oh yeah. This is the sketch. So I do know that we need to include have all these elements. We also have this other element here that I need to figure out how to incorporate. But you can see here these are like almost like scrolls or something. So I imagine they're sort of accented. Purpose asking where I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming on Twitch and on YouTube. So I will simulcast to both. And then if there's another platform that y'all like or would prefer, let me know. I know that a lot of people don't like Twitch and YouTube or aren't fans. So, we'll figure it out. I don't have a I can simulcast on multiple platforms. It's just a matter of figuring out where the best one is. I won't be streaming to Instagram because Instagram has a time limit, which is shorter than I stream. But otherwise, I think everything's kind of open at this point. So I just, yes, Corey's sharing the links there. I don't know, yeah, I see a bunch of people are hopping over. I see Umacorn's over on YouTube as well. My YouTube is pretty easy to find as well if you happen to forget it, because I'm an Adobe Live mod. My Adobe live moderating account is the same one that I stream from. So if you're ever like, I don't know where Jack is on YouTube, just go to the Adobe Live YouTube when I'm moderating, and that's the same account that I use. So if that helps at all. Wade's doing Twitch, so I installed the app yesterday. Yeah, I'm over on Twitch as well. So Ashraffel's over on Twitch. Sean and Mafu are over on Twitch. I saw Oliver's over on Twitch. But Sean's also on YouTube. Oliver's on YouTube. There's Umacorn's over on YouTube. Clever's over on YouTube. So I'm going to be on both, for what it's worth. Okay, so I forgot that we need to add this little bit here. And I don't really know what this is. It's kind of like, it makes it almost look like the eye is a part of some kind of mask or something. So that's kind of another color that we need to contend with. So I'm going to start by making this larger. Let me take a look at how this was done. It should fit the same angle, and then maybe be smaller at the top. Okay, let's make sure that we add everything. Let's change this color. Pink for now. Just so I can see it. I'm using the line extension with Smart Guides here to extend this line up. For me, it doesn't have to be so literal either. Okay, well, these are not centered, but come on. It's fine. I think for this, I would probably do lighter purple. It depends on what the, I guess it depends on what the final looks like. What that ends up being. Anyways, what I was saying before, I would be tempted to do something like this. And have it just be line. Actually, we're gonna join this again. I'm gonna cut it here. 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 Pull this up. Up. And not sure. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but we'll figure it out. You missed Wade and Sean's stream yesterday. I'm gonna try one other thing. Sorry. We're gonna make both of these thinner. There we go. You see the vision? Pink is so hard to look at. There we go. I don't know. You can see why Twitch is so infamous. What? Why did you say that? I didn't get a notification that Sean was live. Yeah. So on Twitch, this is the only kind of annoying part about Twitch. You have to like indicate if you want to, like, you have to like follow somebody almost, if that makes sense. Like, it's not just enough to like. You have to check another notification for if you want to be notified when somebody goes live, and it's separate from the option to just like follow somebody. But also, sometimes if you don't watch somebody for a long time, it will like auto turn that off. So I have had that happen before with like Wade's streams, and I didn't get a notification that Wade streamed on Twitch if he streamed on Twitch recently. You have to like go and make sure that you've got that turned on occasionally. It's really kind of annoying, to be honest, but you get a notification in your email. Apurva, thank you for following me on Twitch, by the way. I should really keep track of the stuff here. Hang on, I'm getting a notification, and I need to check it. Yeah, because you watch. So Mafu is saying, I watch Sean on Behance and YouTube more often than Twitch. Yeah, it doesn't always notify you on Twitch. It's really annoying. Yeah, I've always had notifications auto-enabled when I follow people on Twitch. Don't know if that's something I've set somewhere though. Yeah, it's a preference that you set. And Twitch's settings are complex. But if you look at the in your settings, there's like an option that like if you don't follow somebody, if you haven't watched somebody's live streams in a long time, it like auto turns off those notifications for you. It's like a setting somewhere. So just kind of something to be aware of. So yeah. All right. We really need to make a decision on this font. I don't mind some of these letters. Like I think the M, the S, the Y, the T, the I, the C, and the O. The O doesn't bother me so much. The C really bugs me because of the way that it's constructed. And I feel like if we're going to stick with this font, I need to change this so that it aligns with this. And I don't want to get like too in the weeds with this stuff yet, since this is just kind of a sketch at this point. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this over to my art layer. And I'm going to separate the stuff that I want to keep versus I don't. So I'm not keeping these clouds because we're going to redraw them. And I'm not keeping these, some of these elements because we're going to redraw them. So we're going to start from the bottom here. These radial repeats are going to go. Most of this is going to go. The question becomes, this type is going to stay because I like that font style. And then all of this stuff is all sketch for now. Because so why start with the font versus the background? The reason I'm starting with the type here is because the type defines the shape of the eye. And so I want to make sure that I have, let's actually keep the eye in there. So I'm going to keep all of this for now, and this is where we're going to start, I think, with this. Because the shape of that O is going to determine the shape that our eye is, and we can have a rounder shape for the eye, for the iris, or we can have a more oval shape. But the C in this font, it bothers me. So I'm gonna hide this stuff. We're gonna get rid of this stuff for now. And I just wanna focus on the type. And that I to get started. You always have to start somewhere. You know? We're also gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna hide these. I'm hiding all this stuff because I might come back to using it, but... And I don't remember what the name of... Let's see. Is it like All-Seeing Eye? You'd think because between the Society of Sprinkles and this project, I would know the name of the thing now. The All-Seeing Eye. What the actual name of that is. The, like, evil eye? Is it called an evil eye? I don't remember. You can enable browser notifications switching your account settings and you'll get them on desktop. Yes, and that I need in my life. Just because I'm not the best at keeping track of that stuff. YouTube defaults to not notifying for live streams. Well, that's annoying. So, the question becomes, do we stay with this font? Or do we try to find another one? You know what I really need? This is just like a complete side note. I really like font base, and I'm wondering if this is like a premium feature. I need font base and like Adobe fonts to like come together as one. Like I need the ability to sort these by what I want to sort them by. Like by the properties. Like show me serif fonts. You know? Know what I mean? So I'm looking at the O's in all of these because I want to try and find something that I like the letter O in. Let's try this. I'm going to try this romaine. So we're back to picking fonts. So yeah, the two things I need to look for here are like the M. So I don't think that's going to work because the M has to be fairly symmetrical with a divot in the center that's going to fit the shape of the... So maybe this is the font. I don't know. I never want to just like settle on something I use for the sketch though, just because it works for the sketch. Something like this could work, honestly. Let's try that. This one, it's a little bit wide. I don't like the wideness of the O. And small caps. Corey, I don't like small caps. We've discussed this. I hate small caps. Bliss! Welcome, Bliss! I'm so excited that Bliss made it to my last Behance stream. In case you didn't hear the news, Bliss, Behance is ending community streaming, so we'll be over on YouTube and on Twitch moving forward. Okay, I don't like that at all. So we're gonna move on because that's a no, 100% no. This is a different look. It's gonna end up being this font. It's gonna be the one. It's gonna end up being the one that I picked. So I don't know why I'm bothering. Honestly, I feel like that one's gonna be the best. I'm gonna look at Yeah, right type is where I got this font that we're currently using, and they tend to have more all caps fonts. So I'm gonna take a look at theirs real quick and see if there's literally anything that I like better than that font that I picked. We could try Moon Valley. Let's try that. It's too big. You know what I mean? You know what I mean when I say that it's just like too big? It's too wide. Although it does give us this O. So that's an idea, right? I'm gonna have to expand this M again. Which I don't love, because this is gonna be way more difficult to modify since it doesn't have a straight edge on it. Alright, that's just out because I don't feel like dealing with it. I just don't think it's gonna work. It's too wide. Like, the angles are too wide. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna go with this one then. But we can modify this O, so we could get something that's more circular if we could try that. So, also gonna hide this briefly. I probably need to start with that, actually. Alright, so we're gonna take our, I'm gonna expand and create outlines. That's what I'm, words. What are words? And I'm gonna copy this shape and we're gonna release it because we want just this shape, the eye, and now I'm gonna put this in front. I'm gonna try to simplify this. Object, path, simplify. Okay. Let me go up one. It's fine. You know what? I can just modify this myself. I'm gonna add 2 more points to this, to the top and the bottom, just to hold that curve when I pull these out. So then I can pull this out. I'm gonna do one side at a time. What is happening today with smart guides? They're not having it. Alright, let's undo this. Let's go from the center. Oh, this clipping mask is killing me right now. Okay. It's this, oh, we need to edit this letter. This letter needs to come out of that group. And this is just because we're trying to use a we're trying to use a letter as a shape, and letters are, if you didn't know this, not really designed to be perfect. So we're gonna use smart guides to divide this in half. So I'm making a half shape. And the reason it makes sense. You're like, why would a font designer design something that is imperfect? Well, because it's about like the weight. So like, it's sort of like when you know that whole what's visually centered versus mathematically centered, kind of an argument about like if you accurately center a triangle into a circle, it looks wrong, and that's due to like the visual weight, right? And you can see here the purple shape is actually my previous one, and the font designer here made this letter slightly thinner at the bottom, which is why it's sort of like not symmetrical. So we need to make a symmetrical letter because we're using this as a shape now. For the I, which is annoying, but there's like a logical reason for it, and it has to do with like the weight of things. All right, so we've got our I up there. This group will not ungroup. Ungroup. I'm just gonna take everything out. There we go, much better. I'm trying to make sense of everything that's selected here. I don't know what this is. We're going to delete that. Where are you? Where are you? You're here. I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to bring this down. Alright, all my letters are in a group together. Alright. The last time you joined was for, what is happening? Did I accidentally hit Command H? I might have. The last time you joined was in 2020. Bruce, welcome to YouTube. Yeah, so moving forward, Bliss, we'll be streaming from YouTube and from Twitch, simulcasting. So now we've got a perfectly round shape, which is what I should have done to begin with. We're gonna use that. The benefit is also that now I don't end up with like all those random points. Oh, I still do. All right, let's hold down. If you hold down, I think it's if you hold down. Let me think. Switch to the remove tool. I think if you hold down shift, yeah, if you hold down shift while using the remove anchor point tool, it tries to keep the curve. Just a little like pro tip for you. I'm gonna bring this out again, and then we're gonna make it a corner point. Come on. There you go. I'm gonna move this to the center of my C there. I'm gonna pull this out so it's round. Now, theoretically, doesn't work for some reason? What doesn't work? Transform, reflect, copy. You got the notification from Twitch. Yeah, I've been streaming. I've been streaming on Twitch for a little while. Let's bring this down. Okay. And then we're gonna have to really adjust this C. We're gonna have to figure out. I'm probably gonna cut it here, and then bring this down and cut it. We're gonna do some surgery on this. I also think it would be cool, and I don't know if we can make it work. It would be cool to have Let's see. I'm gonna bring this up. Alright, we'll just go. Oh, we go both sides. Okay. Let's do this. Just as an idea. Okay, let's go up. Let's isolate this group. Join. If we did like a little bit of a... I have to think about how to make this work. Like a little bit of an eyelid type of a thing. We just did. But then we'd have to like lift it up. Okay, this would end up being more complicated. Like, I almost want this to be down farther, but then we'd have to mask this. Why do you do this? Come on. Oh my god. And that seems kind of odd. You know what I mean? Oh, you like that idea, Bruce says? But then here's the thing. Do we keep... Then we get into like my whole conversation about like mathematical alignment, right? If we keep it baseline aligned with the type, then you end up with like this weird... It ends up like cutting off the letter. And like makes it not symmetrical. Does that make sense? So I don't know if I don't know how I feel about that. Also, this did not delete how I expected it to. Starts to read like Mystico. Corey. I have to be logical like that. We could put another shape behind. But then that just looks weird. And unintentional. I'm just trying to give the eye a little bit more personality. Alright, well, let's keep this. I'm just going to keep this as a group. We'll undo back to where we were. Alright, so we have our copy of that kept. The holding shift and delete anchor point. Yeah, you just have to switch to the delete anchor point tool. I wish that it worked with the pen tool. I don't know, like by default. I don't know why it doesn't. If we were to do that idea, we'd have to bring it down just so that it doesn't, let me group this all together. If we were to do this eye, we'd have to do it in such a way that like the clipping mask and this, like it has to be enough, like enough of the top needs to be still visible. But then it doesn't really have the same effect, you know? try trimming it on both sides using a white fill. I don't know. I liked the idea of it being looking like it was like a little bit more like an actual like set in the eye. But maybe that doesn't work. Well, let's leave it for now. I need to work on this letter. C. It's gonna require some surgery here. So I'm gonna copy this out. The shape. Come on. Alright, so we've got our... I'm gonna release this. I basically need to move. I'm gonna do back to path, simplify. Try and reduce the number of points. What we may have to do... Let me just try using a divide. So I'm gonna bring this up. We're gonna use a Pathfinder divide. That's gonna give me both of these as individual shapes, which we can then rotate this here to follow the correct line. Like so. And actually, we only need to move it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. This down. I'm trying to modify this without editing the integrity of the letter, if that makes sense. See, it still feels like the same letter because we didn't modify it too much. Versus the old one, which you can see still there. All right, and I'm gonna do the same thing down here. No, I ended up editing the one inside of this group. Well, that's fine. Well. Isolate this man. What happened here? What the heck? Alright, paste it inside the group. And for this, I'm actually using an offset. Actually, no, we're not. Change my mind. we are gonna make sure that this and this are merged. I don't know why it split those to begin with. And then we're gonna do another divide and get rid of this. Now we're gonna move this down. I just need this to be out of the way. I'll actually make this purple so it's easier to see. Letter surgery, basically. I mean, yes, that's where I want you to be, but I want you to snap a little bit higher up. Okay, that's good. And then we'll cut this out. Well, actually, let me think. Let's delete. Let's remove these 2 points. I'm gonna leave this point. And then we're gonna make sure this meets this point. Now, this particular like serif shape is important for a font to look like the font. Honestly, I feel like I could keep going farther out with this. Why are you not isolating? I would like to isolate this group. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna pull this farther back. We're gonna delete that. I think this needs to go farther. Like here. Okay, yeah. The bottom of the C needs to be longer than the top. And then we'll just modify this again. To fit together. So, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Why are there so many points? Okay. Weird. It's like making a weird extra point there. Okay, you need to chill out. Alright. I think that's fine. Okay. Down here. Still feels like the same letter. That's good. I kind of want to bring this in too a little bit. It's not like right on the edge. That's fine. And this needs to be Alright, and then I think I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna cut it. Alright, it still needs to go farther over. Right. Let's get this. I think it needs to go right here. That's how far over it needs to go. As a starting point. And now we're gonna cut it here first. Come on. Okay, so we've cut the path. Do the same thing here. Cut this path. And we're gonna delete this, join it, bring this over here. Do I even need this shape anymore? I don't. Alright, and then we're gonna bring this down, 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 down. Curve it. And then it looks better. It's not perfect, but it looks better. I don't know. Or was it better when it was just touching? Maybe it was better before. Maybe it was better. I think it was better before I did all that. Such is life. Alright, we're gonna remove this C now. I'm gonna bring this C back into the group and put this in front. Well, I'm happy with the type. I think. And I think I'm happy with the eye. Obviously it doesn't have any styling applied to it, but I think the next sort of areas I want to tackle are the sun and the moon idea. And what those kind of look like. Have you seen, by the way, because this just made me think of it, I'm not going to be able to find it. I just tried to do a search. There's an artist. I'm never going to be able to find it. There's an artist that did a book series on, like... I'm looking right now. All about, like, they drew suns. They drew, like, a sun every day. It's on a website that I follow. And by follow, I mean I get books. I mean I get emails about when they come out with new books. I'm never gonna find this. It's such an obscure thing. I'm sorry, I've thrust this responsibility onto you to know what book I'm referring to. Wow. Wow, Jack. Wow. A different sun every day. Yeah, they drew like the sun. They just drew it in a different... I cannot find the marketing emails that this book place sends me. And therefore I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the book. I feel crazy right now. Okay, wait, I think it might be Counterprint, which is a UK book. Let me look up Sun and see if I can find it on their website. No? Does their search not work? Sunday Suns! You guys, I found it. Here we go. The ability to read minds has been sunset on Behance. Sorry. Don't worry, I found it. This is what when I think about drawing a sun, I immediately always think of this book. Oliver said found like at the same time you said it. Yeah. I don't know. It's just an artist that took it upon themselves to draw the sun in a million different ways. I really felt like I was going crazy there for a sec. But we need to, the challenge in this part of the project here is that it needs to be, I'll post it here too. It needs to be, where to begin? The moon and the sun, again, need to look symmetrical. So I'm not sure if, I'm not sure how to tackle that. Does that make sense? Unless we leave these circles and we like cut the shapes out of this. Does that make sense? Like if the moon, which we'll put over here. Like if we leave the space behind it, so I'll show you what I mean. If this is our moon, we've got, oh my gosh, what is happening? There we go. We leave this and we change the color of this. So what if we do like, I'm just gonna throw a color down, but you see what I mean? Like we leave a shape behind it. If that makes sense. I think our moon needs to be like dark. It's a thought. There's nothing new under it. Under what? I'm not sure I understand. And then obviously we need to come up with a way to like add rays to the sun. Which maybe, actually, I have an idea. We could do a similar type of a thing. So let's do a radial, not a radial, a polar grid. I have an idea. I'm gonna get rid of all those. We do something like this. Gonna isolate. Come on. I'm having so many problems with isolation mode lately. I'm just gonna change the color of this so we can see it. We don't need this. Paste this in back. And then we can use a divide on this. Actually, yeah. So now I've got individual sections. And then we can do actually no. Let's do this. Let's make these 10 point, 20 point. Outline this, and then we'll divide. And then we can round these out. I don't know. Oh, we've got some spam over on Twitch. Very nice. If you keep the moon shape on the other side, you can keep the contrast for the text on the left. What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, obviously we can change this. It's just, to have more points. This is what I was thinking. Kind of creates a sun shape. We could even like point these a little bit. I don't know. Or is that too much? I kind of like how it also gives like a stained glass kind of a look to it. It could be cool. It's a cool idea. I think we should play with it. I think it could take us somewhere. But the moon, what do you mean by the moon? I'm not sure I understand, Corey. I could, like the opposite way? This way? Let me know. Let me know if I'm getting it. How is that affecting the color, the type contrast? I believe you. Now you can make the moon shape lighter. Yeah, but I don't know that I want to. I like what I have now. That's the opposite of how the moon works, though. Corey, I don't care. Oh, okay. Well, we could do... Actually, I see what you're saying. We could do this. I like that Umacorn laughs at my commentary. I appreciate Umacorn. Maybe we could do like this. Is this what you mean? Like this? We could do like this. Now we've changed it. That's better if you ask me. Okay. It's a start. It's a start, and we can build on it. Although I don't know how that's gonna work with the gemstones that we need to add still. And there were very distinct rays added to the sketch, so you know. But I like the circles. Bliss likes colors together. Thank you, Bliss. Bliss out here giving me compliments when Corey's out here to ask me why the sun isn't orange. Because I like it. I could add more segments to it. I like it because it looks like the sun, but it also looks like a stained glass or something. Corey, shut up. Corey's is the latest Sunny D flavor Mystico. Jack's gonna ban the moderator. Probably. We could, like, would it make you feel better if I made them straight? Does that feel better? I could add more lines. I'm right now I'm just kind of experimenting with shapes and color. Which is 99%. Don't tell anybody this, but that's 99% of my process is experimenting with shapes and color. Secrets. Carol's asking if Behance is going away entirely or just the streams and why. Behance is not going anywhere. Behance will be around. It will outlive all of us, probably. And it's going to continue to have Adobe Live streams. So Adobe Live isn't going anywhere. The community streams, so like the way that people like Sean and I and other folks and Wade, the people who stream to their personal Behance accounts will no longer have the ability to do so. And it's so, not to get into the technical detail of things, but the way that Adobe Live streams content onto Behance is different than the way that like Sean and me and other people do, because we stream directly on Behance. So we're using like Behance's services, right? They're providing the servers in order for us to stream on their platform. Adobe Live is not doing quite the same thing. They're using a different method. So we won't be able to stream, but we will stream to other platforms. So like Sean and I are going to stream to YouTube and Twitch. Wade's streaming to Twitch. I don't know about YouTube. So you'll just, on Monday, so this upcoming Monday, there's going to be a all-day Behance streamathon with all of the community streamers currently. And I think there's a project floating around out there that's going to go live that's going to have a list of links to all of the community streamers. Clever also streams to Behance. Clever may experiment with Facebook. There's a lot of different, Bliss, it'll be a streamathon. I wish I had like a place to direct you to, but like just know that on Monday, I think DTM is doing, running a lot of it. I know DTM is going to be live all day. Katarina is going to be streaming. Penny, I think. Mafu. Obviously, Dan. There's going to be a bunch of people that are streaming that day. And so if you just join and check out the live streams, you'll be able to see everybody. But yeah, we're trying to figure out like the best... I think everybody's trying to figure out where they're going to end up being in the end. So... it's a brave new world. Bruce is having trouble on mobile. Mobile Behance. I'm gonna be frank with you. If you're using, I've never gotten the app to work. So if you're using the app to access Behance, I would recommend uninstalling it and installing and just using the website. So accessing the live streams from the website honestly works better than the app. Ashravel saying, so the official live is going to be active. Yes, the Adobe Live will still be on Behance. It will also be on YouTube, but it will still cast to Behance because they're using a different process there. So I hope that clarifies. My Behance app used to work, but no more. It does not work. It's very hit or miss. All right, I'm gonna try. Let's try doing more suns. I'm gonna pull this out from the center. Let's grab this. Come on. He's behind. It's temperamental, at best. It's very handy when it works, but it hardly works. I'll say that. Trying to add more rays so that Corey doesn't say it looks like an orange, but still keep the idea that I have. Do we like that? I actually think this works better because it follows the shape of the angles of my original shape there better. The cool thing with this, and I'll just kind of show you real quick. I don't think we're gonna do this. Maybe we will. The cool thing with this is you can use the lasso tool. This is kind of a fun little thing. And you can move these around. So if we wanted to change the position of our sun, like if we wanted to pull it way up here, we can kind of have it come out from the top there, which is pretty cool. Like play with the positioning a little bit. You don't want to go, you don't want to go extreme with it. It could be cool. It's a cool idea. Maybe. Do we like that? Yes, no, maybe. Very cool. Oh, Bruce likes it. I think it would look less orange if the rays were dark instead of light, or light instead of dark. You're just giving me all kinds of... Corey's the art director for today. Alright, so we'll do this. This is better. Totally cool. Alright, there you go. I like that. I like those as starting shapes. You know, we can go ahead and modify them as well. We could also have them extend outward, but I don't know that I want to do that. But since we're here, since we're already gathered here, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to do this again. We're going to make this, I don't know what I did, like 10 or 15 or something like that. 20. A number. We're going to lock this. I'm going to lasso this. We can just pull it down to the center. Come on, snap me to the center. There we go. And then we can extend these out. Oh, maybe not. Let's extend them out first. I don't think they need to go all the way, but that's fine. We'll add maybe a gradient to this. I don't know. We'll see where we go with this. And I'm going to bring this down. You're going to see in a sec what I mean by this. Oh, you know what? This might not work. Thinking. Center it again. Wonder if I need to select just the outside. We're gonna select everything and then deselect the center. Come on. All right. Since you're gonna give me a hard time. I know there's a way to do this that doesn't involve selecting the center points of all of these lines. Alright, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pull them out using smart guides. It's fine. They don't need to be exactly the same distance. I just want to try something, and Illustrator's like, no, not gonna allow. Not allowed. Okay, so now we've got those shapes. Great. Perfect. Awesome. Oh, I missed one. I don't know. Do we like it or no? It was an idea to add those rays back in. Also, I'm seeing this is not aligned. But the downside is we don't have anything for the moon. Maybe it doesn't matter though. I guess the moon does have the eye. I get where you're trying to go with that. Thanks, Bliss. I felt like I was spending so much time and like trying to get there. EGL, welcome. I saw a couple of new people join. Welcome in. If you're joining for the first time, let me know. Uh-oh. I think, let me know if my... my restream seems to be having trouble right now. It looks like it's doing okay. Alright, it just disconnected temporarily. Madhanraj, let me know how to pronounce that. Madhanra Maddie, let me know how to pronounce your name. I want to make sure I got it right. So we've got EGL Mahanraj, and then we've got Manhanra. Trivial Pursuit. I just saw your comment, Clever. All right. You guys are making fun of my son. There's somebody else that joined. I missed their comment, but welcome in. Madan? Alright, I can call you Madan. Welcome in. This is where we're at. This is where we be. I don't know. How do we feel about it? I feel like I like the sun. Me personally. Shiny? Maybe the rays would look better if they're going from thick to thin. Well, we can easily do that because we use paths. So then we used a opacity mask. So I can make that happen for you, Bliss. Bam. Oh, they probably need to... we need to use this one, I think. Hold on. Hold, please. I think we need to use this one. You know what we're going to need to do? We're going to need to edit these. All these lines using, we'll do this. We'll cut them here. It's fine. It's fine. Using smart guides, and then we can make the ends taper. I don't want to delete the center of the lines because then I will have problems if I ever need to go back in here and edit this. Alright, so we're going to select all of these, lines here. And then we're gonna apply. There we go. Now they taper a little bit as they go out. Neil saying got the suffragette colors going on there. Oh yeah, I guess we do. It was unintentionally. We've got a larger color palette. We just haven't made much use of it yet. I mean, we did when we experimented with the clouds, but would a gradient on the sun work? I don't know if we're gonna end up using. I'm like keep going back and forth in my head about whether I want to add a gradient, or add gradients to this. So we could certainly try it. If we go here, I'm just gonna throw a radial gradient in. What do we think? Like really bright at the center? Something like that. I'd have to move my gradient position down so it's actually centered in the same spot. Otherwise it looks weird. You know? There you go. You think a gradient of some kind will work with the rays? Well, ask and you shall receive. You'll have to let me know if that's too much. We are exactly 3 minutes over as well in terms of time. We'd have to figure out a way to add something to this then as well. I mean, we could do the same thing. We just have to move the position of this gradient as well. Getting muddy, looks pinkish to me. Yeah, that's just because of the color transition. We could try using I mean, it is kind of cool. I kind of like it. We could try using flat colors instead. Maybe this is just a sketch for an idea. You like the gradient on the moon? Yeah, I do too. I think it looks nice on the moon. We could adjust the colors in the sun so we lose that center point there and have it transition to just that pink, the same pink color. Bruce likes the moon. Alright, well, I'm going to undo that and just leave the color in there for the time being. And I can always come back and adjust it later. But I think this is a good start. I like it. I'm liking it. Unicorn's giving me an eye face. I don't know what that means, Unicorn. What if we did a goal on the end of this? Or the same, ooh, what if we pulled that pink in? Yes, please. To kind of pick up a little bit of that color that we're getting on the edge of that. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's white and then we do another shape transition to a pink to kind of match the edge. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm thinking ahead too much to like how I want to have the lighting all kind of match. I love gradient. Bliss is saying I love gradients. I think that's part of my aesthetic, gradients and textures. I do like the colors. Clint is asking, it looks good. You ever do the thing where you can switch all the colors at once? Yes, we were doing that earlier. We were playing with the Recolor Art tool. So we created a whole bunch of different color palettes. And then we took a look at different color options. So if, just as a recap, this is where we started. This is a sketch from our client in this case. This is Yoann Turpin. This is actually going to be real. album art for Yoann's next album. Now this will just be we'll just kind of end out here. So this will be as far as we get today. I'll do a quick recap and then we'll sign off. And this will, again, like I said, be the last stream on Behance, and I'll get to that. But so we started with this. This is the sketch he sent over and his concept, and then I just blocked it in so that we could experiment with colors, since we already had, this is like a composition sketch, right? And then I converted it to using grays so that we could try different color options. So we used recolor art, and that's how we ended up going through all of these different colors. And then this was our kind of final version where I fixed it up. We tried, this was our final color palette. This is what we're thinking in terms of colors. We also tried a gradient in the background. I didn't like the linear gradient because it made it feel like we were looking like through at like a horizon line. And I like the idea of it being a little bit more vague, almost like a top down. This is another color palette option, I think, that we explored. But this, and then you can see here, these are some of my colors that I was playing around with. But yeah, we used the recolor tool to kind of end up at this color palette, which I have saved as a swatch group. Initially, when I did this, I had a whole bunch of different swatch groups that I made so that I could use recolor art. So if we go, just to kind of demo again, we take this guy again, copy and paste. If you go to recolor artwork, you can use, there's a whole bunch of options for recolor art. It's a little bit overwhelming, but once you kind of get an understanding of how the tool works, it's super handy. So if you have a color group that you want to work with, you can choose it from this color library under swatch group. And you can throw it in there. And what I like to do is just choose this change color order randomly. This one will change the color, saturation, and brightness, which will make things lighter and darker, which I don't want to do. But I just like to throw one of these on until I get something that I kind of like. You can also adjust, and I haven't mastered this. This is what I was hoping I could get through today, figuring this out. But every time I adjust these sliders, it just kind of makes them monochromatic. So what I was hoping to do is kind of adjust those to match how I had my color palette set up, but it wasn't quite working for me, but that's okay. The other option, if you wanted to, is you can go into the advanced color options, and I don't know why this is not working. I guess it is. And you could apply the colors kind of like manually yourself. So we could pull this blue down. Oh, you know what? We have to make this a color first. Or I could just, oh my gosh, now I'm just making a mess. But you can go in here and you can kind of manually adjust the colors as well. And you can do the same thing here and switch them around. And then if you wanted to, like, let's say we like this color palette, but we don't like this, we could go in here and we can kind of like play around with things and get the colors kind of looking how we want them to. Anyways, so yes, we did play around with this a little bit. And this is actually a way that I like working once I have a composition. So that I can create these kind of like little color studies. I don't know, I find them to be helpful when I have a sketch. And then from here, we took this kind of final sketch and we're starting to create the final element. So we decided to keep this font the same because it ended up being the one that was the best. And then I just hid a lot of stuff and deleted stuff that I want to remake. So I want to remake those clouds, for example. So we deleted the clouds out and now we're just kind of exploring. So the type is set here. Obviously, we need to add some styling to these letters. Right now, they're pretty plain. And then we redrew the eye shape here. We're just going to kind of start to slowly build this up. So now that I've gotten this far, I might actually stop on the type and go back to those clouds, because the clouds are going to be a really important part of this. And I want to make sure that they all kind of work together. But the type is also important. So we've got this in here at a good point. I probably wouldn't add any more detailing to this. And I'll go back to adding in those clouds. So we'll add these cloud elements back in. I don't think they're going to look like this. I've done a lot of flat clouds in this style before. And I want to try something different. I'm always trying to try things that are different. So I think I want to do something different. And that may be maybe using gradients. I know it's probably going to use lots of layers of transparency and color. So have I saved recently? Well, the good thing is this is a AIC file. So this is a cloud file. So it saves automatically. So I don't have to worry about that. in this case. I actually, I had downloaded the stuff, Yoann sent me 2 songs and the sketch. And so I downloaded it onto my PC, and so I saved this as a cloud file so I could easily open it up. I tend to do that, like, work with cloud files, just because I'm working on a Mac and a PC, so it's easy for me to bring files back and forth, but, yes. I hope that answers all your questions. So, I'm gonna hop off because Corey has a meeting soon, and, this will be the last, Quinn's saying, if you save it as a cloud file, does it save your history from the beginning or just the last save? It saves it from the beginning, but there is a cutoff. So it saves it from the beginning, but there's a certain number of days before the version history kind of expires. And it's a pretty long time. Like, I think it's in terms of like months. After X amount of time, it will delete those, cloud file, the history. The cloud file is a state. The history, so like you can save, and that's actually, I've had that like save me a couple times where like, oh, the client wants to go back to a previous iteration of a cloud file. You obviously, unless you like saved multiple copies of it, right? But like the what's the phrase I'm looking for? Or if you've had something like corrupt, like if you ever had a file like it get corrupted, you can go back to your history and navigate to a version where before it, something went wrong, and you can restore that, which is handy. And that has actually happened to, not me, but somebody I know personally has had a file corrupt and had to go back in their version history from their cloud files to save it. So cloud files can help you. They're not all bad. And I've never had an issue of like losing a cloud file. I've certainly had an issue where like I've messed up a cloud file, like I've overwritten it or something like that. But certainly I would say they're very secure. I've been using them for like 5 years or more now, and I've never had any issues with a cloud file. It's like disappearing. Not to say that it couldn't happen, but, and I do always save like a backup. Like, so when I'm finished with this, I save a local copy, but I've never had issues with cloud files personally. Not saying that they don't happen. Ray's here. I didn't see you, Ray. Jeff has a nice comment here. Jack, thanks for all the Behance streams. Looking forward to more amazing dines in 2025. Jeff, you need to start, you should start streaming on like, well, obviously not Behance, but like YouTube, and you do a lot of stuff on Instagram, I think would be cool. Final backup, yeah, Purva. So yeah, this will be our last, I should switch to my camera. This will be our last Behance stream. Ignore the puppy playpen in the background. It was a good run, folks. See ya on Twitch, YouTube. If for some reason, I may stream on Monday. If for some reason I don't have to moderate, I don't know what the plan is. But if I do, it'll end up being a surprise stream. But I won't know for sure yet until I won't know until I know. So maybe I'll stream on Monday. It just depends on my schedule. That being said, moving forward, yes, Corey sharing the link to Twitch and to YouTube. I'll be streaming to Twitch and YouTube moving forward, so pick your poison, I guess. Thank you for your streams in 2024. Well, Ray, I will continue to stream in 2024. It will just be on YouTube and Twitch, so because there won't be any more Behance streaming. So you'll be able to find me on YouTube and Twitch moving forward, just not here on Behance, sadly. So. But for better or worse, maybe we'll find that we all really like, Twitch. Who knows? Anyways, Ashrafal's got a question over on Twitch. Do you face any issues while using Control and Alt and Command Option in both operating systems? Is the opposite push in both operating? No, I have not. I actually don't have an issue too much with those keyboard shortcuts. Do you want to know the one that messes me up? And it's going to be one that you're not expecting because it has nothing to do with Adobe. It's the screen capture. So like when I need to take a screenshot of something, which I need to do surprisingly often, it they're different. So, and they're like completely different. For some reason, I always like forget, like, oh, I have to remember. Cause I think it's because it's multiple, keys at once that it throws me off. But the Adobe shortcuts I don't mess up as much. I guess the one that maybe kind of sometimes you'll see me accidentally hit is the zoom and pan are a little bit different. So like that one maybe. But no, I think at this point I've been working. Even when I was working at an agency, we went through, I had a Mac, and then I had a PC, and then I had a Mac, and I had a PC. So it was constantly back and forth, and I was always working on other computers. So it didn't really make, I don't know, it doesn't, I don't find it, either operating system, to be different enough to cause me issues. I know that for some people it can. Maybe it's also because I tend to like to know, I don't like relying on keyboard shortcuts, which is why I have such a hard time with Premiere, because everything in Premiere has, and After Effects, because it's such a complex tools, I feel like everything has to use a keyboard shortcut, and I struggle with those programs. Not saying I don't use keyboard shortcuts, but I do like to know me personally, I like to know what the actual, like, where the thing lives, just in case for some reason, like, I don't know. It's just a personal preference. You do you. But it drives me crazy that I don't like when somebody's like, yeah, just use whatever keyboard shortcut. Like, what does that keyboard shortcut do, though? Like, what does it do? Do you know? That drives me crazy. Anyways, that might be my hot take from my last stream of Behance. Keyboard shortcuts, when you don't understand what the action is, drive me crazy. That's it, though. This is it. You need to use Kung Fu to use keyboard shortcuts properly. Purva is saying you need to know Kung Fu to use keyboard shortcuts properly. I just like to know what the thing is that I'm doing. Like when somebody's just like, use whatever keyboard combination. Like, what is that doing though? Like, what's the action name? So I know what that thing is if I ever forget what the keyboard shortcut is. Yes, okay. I'm not surprised that this is how I'm ending my stream. Thank you so much. It was nice to see Bliss join for the end here. Oliver, Sean. Let's do a rundown and thank everybody. Thanks for everybody who joined over on YouTube and Twitch. That's where we'll be hanging out moving forward. So if you follow me on social as well, I'll continue to post my schedule. I'm going to continue to post my schedule here on Behance. I'll just point it to the new platforms that we're going to be on. So let's see. I'm going to say Abhipsa, Apurva, Bliss, Bruce, Carol, Clever, Clint, Corey, EGL, General Kenobi was here. I didn't see General Kenobi. Jeff Yaz, Jesse, Katarina, Kevin, I think it was Mada. Oh gosh, why am I blanking on what you told me how to pronounce your name and now I'm blanking on it. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining. Madan. Got it. Found it. Madan, I think that's Mateus. Let me know if that's how you pronounce that. Or Matt Lee. Let me know how you prefer that. Niall, Oliver, RB, Ray, Robert, Sean, Arif, Stian, Umacorn. Be sure to go and check out all of the streamers, especially moving forward. Not only the streamers on Behance, but the streamers who will be on various platforms. Sean, Umacorn, I don't know where you're planning on streaming moving forward. Let us know in the chat. Sean will be on YouTube and Twitch. Hi, puppy. And then Clever said, potentially YouTube, maybe Jeff Yaz in the future. So yeah, let us know where you're gonna plan on streaming. All right, I'm really gonna go now. Oh, thank you, Ashraffle. Thanks for streaming. You are awesome. Yeah, I will continue to stream. Oh, there's Poppy. Everybody say hi to Al. There's Al. Oh, and Sam. There's Al. There's Sam. My two dogs. You don't need to hold them up anymore. Gotta love Sam. Yeah, he's the cranky old man. Alright, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on See you wherever we end up in the future. On YouTube and Twitch. Alright, bye everyone.